What's up, y'all? So the NBA All-Star break's officially closed. I have a lot of thoughts on the All-Star game, and I want to start with the negatives. I'll start with the negatives. No, you know what? We'll start positive, because that's also negative later. So we'll start the positives first. One, Steph Curry carried. Steph Curry definitely carried. From what I've heard, from all the clips I've seen, the league loves Steph Curry. Players love Steph Curry. He did them great on and off the court. On the court, half court three, amazing stuff. Steph Curry is showing why the ratings are so high when he is involved in the action. Wimby is the only other person I think that deserved MVP over Steph because Wimby showed that he cared. He showed frustration with lack of defense, with lack of team chemistry. He took it very seriously, and you could just tell. Whether you saw it in the game live on television or you see some of the clips of some of the reaction from just the lack of effort, he cares, and that's showing that he is rightfully so crowned the face of the league soon. Soon enough, sooner than later. Defense was played enough defense to play to make it like feel competitive, because at the end of the day, you just want a pickup game. You wanted it to feel competitive. We've seen all these clips. We've seen Hoodie Mello. We've seen so many clips of players playing way more than they ever have put ever in the All-Star break in these little pickup games they play at LA Fitness, all this other stuff. If we even get that kind of level of energy in the All-Star game, it will be perfectly fine. And they have just as much injury to risk of injury in those pickup games during the summer as they do in this All-Star game. So I don't even want to hear anything about no injuries and anything like that. Tournament style was cool. Wasn't the greatest, but I thought it was a great shakeup. I thought the league needed to do something. The Rising Stars being included was, we'll talk about that in a second, but it was interesting. They played more effort than Team Kenny. Team Kenny did not play any, like Team Kenny was a disgrace. The only person that played on Team Kenny to win was Tyler Hero. He came to play. Shout out to Tyler Hero, man. He came into the All-Star break, into his All-Star, I think his first All-Star, and he really cared. He really showed up and showed. He knew what he was supposed to do, went out there and did it. That three that he pulled in the All-Star game tonight was crazy. Like, I'm not a big Tyler Hero fan, but that made me really respect the hell out of him as a person. So, shout out to Tyler Hero. And that's unfortunately all the wins. Let's talk about the problems, because there's quite a few. First of all, and the NBA has had this for years. I've been saying this for years. They have to learn how to start on time. This starting anywhere between 10 to 40 minutes late is ridiculous. All right. I was told it was going to start at 8 p.m. Didn't start at 8 p.m. Then the programming on Hulu Live TV said 8:15 p.m. Did not start 8:15 p.m. Start the game. We want to watch basketball. There are the most talented basketball players on the planet on my television right now, all playing in a mixed match NBA 2K like team. And I can't even watch them because you're doing these 30-minute intros for the teams, because there's 4 teams that are just 2 now. And they do all these performances, like it's too much, man. Just let's play. We already know who the teams are. We know who are all-stars and who are not. They're here. Let's just hoop. It's like every single time before they were going to hoop, there was the longest interruption of play, and it was just so annoying. So, and we'll get more into the interruption in a second. But yeah, start your games on time, man. And it's not just All-Star break. It is it's all the games they do every year for the last like 20 years. They never start on time. Start your games on time, please. I'm begging you. East Coasters, because this was in San Francisco. East Coast, like, people are tired. Adam Silver, if you see this, please start on time. Okay. Kevin Hart. It really pains me to say this, 'cause I'm a huge Kevin Hart fan. I appreciate who he is. And I think he did the best with what he was given and what he was supposed, or what his role was in this. But it wasn't good. Kevin overstayed his welcome, in my opinion. I think that, I don't know, a lot of people are saying he's drunk. I don't want to go that far. I just think he's Kevin Hart. he is very comfortable because he's friends with, if not all of these athletes, at least half of them. He is friends obviously with Shaq, like the whole NBA and inside the NBA crew. And he was given a specific role in all of this, and that's to, hey, just be Kevin Hart. You're funny. You entertain. You know these guys. You have great rapport. We've seen all the clips. We know what you've done for us in the past. Just come here and chill out. I think it would have been much better of Kevin Hart's time to be at another event on the complete opposite coast that's happening at the same time as the All-Star game, and that's the SNL 50th anniversary episode. He would have been better suited in that than to come and do what he did here. It was just way too long. The jokes were hit or miss. This man called Shaq he was dressed like a porn star on national television, which to me is funny, to me is hilarious. But if anything, the recent Super Bowl situation, controversy, whatever you want to call it, has told me anything or taught me anything about the type of people who can actually afford to go to games like this, that was wild. But yeah. And you can just tell the players were really annoyed all night with Kevin Hart. Like, at least some of them. Some of them, particularly, the ones that you could tell were not friends of Kevin Hart, or at least, like, Kevin Hart doesn't have, like, a really good rapport with them because they're just newer to the league or newer to fame and all that other stuff. They were annoyed. SGA was clearly annoyed with Kevin Hart, clearly annoyed with Shaq, clearly annoyed with a lot of the commentating, and we were too. One of the most overused and one of the worst ideas in all of live entertainment is commentating to the arena. I know there's a specific name for it, but when you're commentating and the entire arena can hear what you're saying, it's not good. It never leads to any good ideas. Because commentating is hard. It's not an easy task. And when you see people who don't do it for a living do it, you can tell the difference in skill level and why it's so difficult to do commentary. And it just wasn't good, because the thing about the inside the NBA crew, as much as I love them, they are really negative. They can be really negative to players and about players and their game and all this other stuff. And they can be very rude. And a lot of the memes that trend about these players can originate from that crew. So when you do this thing, when you're hearing them talk, and then the whole arena can hear them talk, especially the players, you can tell it's frustrating, especially when Kevin was just going on and on and on and on about centers getting the paint and doing this and that. It didn't go well. And that's also why it took so long to start the damn game, because we, for whatever reason, had to they made Kevin Hart come out like a WWE entrance and then just prolong this thing for another 10 minutes, man. And I was just like, brother, it's 8:40. Can we please play basketball? Please. So yeah, just overstayed its welcome. And another point I had was terrible commentary. Kind of already touched on it, but basically they should have got like actual commentators, man. Like Reggie Miller, amazing. Like the regular commentary, like I think they should have stuck with Reggie, Candace, and I am forgetting the brother's name, the white man's name, who is there with him. I don't know why I'm blinking. He's an amazing commentator. Like him, Reggie, Candace, amazing. They should have stuck with them commentating the entire time. The NBA crew on TNT cannot commentate to save their lives. They can't. They're great for alternative broadcasts that you want to hear them banter more than actually like hear play-by-play announcing, all this other stuff, commentary. Then that's what that is for. But when you're trying to actually like watch a game with some of the most freakishly talented athletes in the world, you need actual commentators who do this for a living and know what they're doing, and seeing these guys play and can commentate. Like that's what they need. Not whatever that shit was. It was really annoying. Another thing is lame stoppages to the game, including Mr. Beast and inside the NBA tributes and musical performances. All right, I don't know how many musical performances there were. I want to say there was 2 or 3. I don't remember, but even one's too many. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm done with that. We really don't. But if you're going to have it, have one. Don't. and have one quick one. Like, don't do this, especially in this format. It did not work. There was too much stoppage. I don't even know the actual numbers of how much time of basketball is actually being played tonight, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because they played to 40 points each game. So, and these players do not miss open shot. Well, except Team Charles in the last game. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but most players don't miss open shots, right? So going to 40 is way too quick. And when you do that, the game's going so fast. And that's why they needed all this filler. But the fillers were in the wrong places at the wrong time and took way too long and pissed everybody off. As you can see on the players' faces and their body language, they did not care for that shit at all. And most of them are going, they're all, not even most of them, they're all outside of Steph and Draymond. They're not from there. They got flights tonight to catch. Like, they're playing this game, getting on their private jets and going home. They're not staying here. So a lot of them are just like, yo, we're just trying to fucking play the game so we can go home. Like, what are we doing? And you can just tell. And it just made everything awkward. Like, even Dame, you could tell was like I don't know what Mr. Beast, man. Mr. Beast was there. And I know Mr. Beast treated like a damn YouTube video, so like he was trying to do something weird, and like it's almost like, I don't want to say that Jimmy was trying to do this. It just seemed like he didn't want the young man to win. And Dame was like, bro, give the dude some space, let him shoot. I know I could make these three in a row if I really want to. It's a regular 3-point attempt. I could make 3 in a row uncontested, bro. This guy only needs one. It was just weird, and it just wasted time, and it just felt forced. It felt staged. It felt weird. It just did, and I just didn't like it. It was unnecessary. I came to watch basketball, not this shit. This is something that could have been done Saturday. This is that Mr. Beast thing was a Saturday type of event, a Friday or Saturday type of event. It was not no prime time Sunday night time slot for this. It was so stupid. It was really dumb. The Inside the NBA TNT tribute was very weird and out of place. And I only say that because I could be very wrong, so tell me in the comments if I'm wrong on this. I thought they signed an agreement with Amazon to keep the TNT crew. I thought it's official that the entire crew is staying, but they're just not on TNT anymore. Which I get. They still want to pay tribute to that. You could do that on your own time. This is not the time. This is not the time. You already wasted so much time on everything else. This is not the time. It was just weird. It was gimmicky. Shaq cannot be serious for 20 seconds. Kevin Hart and Shaq cannot be serious for 20 seconds. And it just the jokes didn't land. It just felt really weird and out of place, and it just took too long. It just felt very disorganized. It felt very disorganized. It felt really like all that felt improv, and that's why you gotta be efficient. You gotta be like, show the tribute, clap. You don't have to give them all these fucking things. And it's just like, bro, they're not gonna carry this shit home, bro. Like, just give them the montage. Let them stand up and give a little like, yo, thank you. And then let's get on with the game. Like, there's too much stoppage and so many ads. It got to a point where they were like selling, like showing ads and still talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, it was crazy. It was like, it was so disjointed and weird, man. Yeah, music performances just too much, man. Too much cold, like just too much dead time of not playing basketball. Score to 40 is too short. Should be 60, 70. No, honestly, it should be anywhere between 70 to 80 because these guys don't miss. If you're going to do the tournament style, it needs to be 70 to 80 because the guys don't miss open shots and it's too quick. Like, it's way too quick. So especially if you're going to do it like you're losing. If you lose, you're done for the night. Because, like, that whole Team Kenny barely tried. So, like, you saw them for, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And then you just never saw them again for the rest of the night. And it just felt like, I mean, people who, they have families. People who want to watch them I know they can watch them every other night. But, like, this is a really cool moment for them. It's supposed to be an honor to be an all-star. This is a special moment that only happens once a year. You want this to happen. You want to be able to see them. And also fans, like, they want to see this. They want to see their favorite player. to finally play, especially since the fucking tickets are a human soul and a half to pay for the tickets. So like 99% of the fans who actually love basketball aren't even there, and so that's how they get to see it. And they didn't get to see their players. Like if you're a huge New York fan, you want to see Jalen Brunson. You saw him for like 10 minutes and then you never saw him again. So that's lame. Um, LeBron, Anthony Davis, LeBron and Anthony Edwards didn't play. LeBron for like in the last like I don't know couple hours before the event said, "Yeah, I got injuries. I feel uncomfortable, or I feel uncomfortable with my ankle or something. I'm not playing." Well, damn, bro, that fucking sucks. Especially for all the people who paid a lot of money to see you play, and you're not playing. A lot of people tuned in to see you play, which could be your last All-Star game, and you're not even playing. And granted, if he's injured or feels like he could get easily injured, he's also 40. Like, I understand. But it just seems like he came into this weekend knowing he was not going to play basketball. And I feel like he could have been replaced. And again, it's LeBron James, they're not going to replace him. I don't even want to say that, like, they should replace him. It just felt kind of like, for Braun, it felt kind of like, and that's a little lame. That's a little lame. Don't play injured in an All-Star game. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying it on, like, just the selfish fan in me, it was lame. It was lame as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. And Anthony Edwards, I don't know what happened. He just got a DNP in the All-Star game. What the hell? I don't know about y'all. I could be very wrong. I feel like that is, and I swear, I was like, because the matches go so quick and it's just kind of like, and then the whole night was kind of weird. I was like, wait a minute. At the end of the night, after the last game, I was like, wait a minute. Did I even watch Anthony Edwards play basketball? And he could have, and I could have just missed him. But I swear to God, I did not see him touch the court. And if that's the case, I don't remember seeing an injury report on him. That sucks, because I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge Anthony Edwards fan. And I waited all weekend to see him play because I was like, oh, he's going to bring some energy to this All-Star game. He's going to be amazing. He didn't even bother to touch the court. That really sucks. That really sucks. And the thing about this, too, is like, yes, he's at Minnesota, which is well, not this year, but usually a good team, and he's one of the faces of the league. So, he's one of the best players in the league. So, like, of course, he's going to have some primetime games throughout the season. But there's like 82 games. There's a shit ton of games people are not going to be able to see him in. You know what they're definitely going to be able to see him in because he's so good? My printer's going off. You know what game they're definitely going to be able to see him in? Is the All-Star game. It's the All-Star game. And he didn't even bother to play. And that's really, like, what LeBron Anthony Edwards did tonight was very unfortunate. Again, LeBron is discomfort, injury prone because of his discomfort. I understand. I just felt like it just sucked a lot of the energy out of the air, and it just made the night kind of like so-so. I was watching Zach Edey in an All-Star game. I mean, okay, I guess. Adam Silver as commissioner should be questioned. I hate to say this, but I think Adam Silver's time in the NBA should be up very soon. I think we give him enough time, and God bless him. He's worked very hard. He's done a lot of great things. I think the in-season tournament is an amazing feat. I think players just need to get over themselves, and I don't even want to cuss. I don't want to cuss too much. Players need to get over themselves and play the damn game. Play the damn game. And it's not complicated. In-season tournament, guys, it's not freaking complicated. Especially like how they did it this year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think last year or the first season they did it, it was like the in-season tournament games were like throughout the season, but I don't think that the wins or losses were counted towards your overall record, including the championship game. I don't think any of it was counted towards your record. I could be very wrong because there was point differentials, all that shit. This season, I think this season decided to make the wins and losses count towards their overall record, besides the championship game and the conference championship game. I could be wrong, but I think they switched it up that way. Either way, now it does count towards your record, except the championship game, and I feel like that's amazing, and I feel like you should take it seriously. And you saw dudes take it just as seriously because it counted as a win or loss. And I think so. Well, I'm trying to say Adam Silver has done amazing things, but like for the most part, I just think the players have run rampant with power, and I like them having power and much respect to them. But it's gotten to the point now where this is unacceptable. Like the All Star game, this is their product. Like I don't know. It's like they've gotten so much money now that they just like sometimes they just don't give a shit. And I understand there's a lot that goes into being a professional athlete and a celebrity and yeah, blah 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 blah. There are people before them who are more famous than half these guys are who make All Star these days, and they played hard because they freaking cared. Because no, people save up all year or for years to make it to this expensive ass event that's been stripped away from fans because of how expensive it is. And these guys come up on the court and don't give a shit. And that is an issue. That's a problem. If you don't care, I think that it's new CBA. If you do not care to ever participate, to actually participate and actually give a shit, if you get voted All-Star, hand it back. We'll choose someone else who wants to play. And it will not count towards your whatever like clauses you have in your contract to get you more money. You don't get it. Because you're not contributing on the biggest nights to celebrate you and your sport and all the fans and how much damn money they give you so that you can have millions of dollars. You come up, you show, and you don't give a shit. If you're not going to care, stay your ass back at home, bro. Keep your ass in Minnesota. Keep your ass in LA. Do not freaking bother to come to this weekend and sully the name of the Kobe Bryant MVP award because you don't give a shit. Fuck you, stay at home. That's what they need to do. Because this is unacceptable, bro. It's really becoming stupid. I'm not even talking about just LeBron and Anthony Edwards anymore. I'm talking about just like people who show up. If you're going to show up, play. Play, bro. Or just stay home. But don't come up here and give me lip service talking about it's an honor. No, it clearly isn't because you don't give a shit. And it's fine if you don't care. It's fine if you want to actually rest and do blah blah. Then hand back your All-Star appearance, your All-Star award, and sit your ass home, bro, and go collect your millions that you're going to get anyway. It's dumb. It's so dumb. But Adam Silver, these players don't respect him, bro. They don't respect his authority because they're doing. Look at what John Moran's doing. Look what Zion's doing. Look what all these people are doing. They don't give a shit about Adam Silver. These niggas, I'm getting heated. These dudes come and disrespect him over and over and over again. Not just All-Star weekend, but throughout his tenure here. They disrespect him and they don't care. They do not respect him. They don't care. They need to put someone in there who will strike the fear into these dudes, bro, because they just don't care enough to just do anything. And it's very annoying. And all they come up with is excuses. And I've seen examples where people who work 10 times harder than them make it. And I'm sorry, I'm one of the people of many who work damn hard to give money to these over-expensive ass tickets and these over-expensive ass concessions to come to these games, to do these All-Star weekends, to come to these finals and playoff runs, all this stuff. And these dudes refuse to take shit seriously and go on national television and just disrespect the game, disrespect people's time and money over and over again. And not just active players, the OG players too, who come out here and just shit on these players over and over and over again. Why am I SGA or Anthony Edwards or any of these, or Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Why am I any of these players who are playing? Why would I want to try hard when I hear you broadcasting over the stadium how shitty I am, or I should be doing this or that? No, bruh. No. Dead all that. Dead all that. I can't even blame the current players because also Adam Silver lets these people continuously disrespect the people and the product that is the NBA over and over and over again. If I'm Adam Silver, I'm like, bro, I'm putting my foot down. You're not invited to any more events. If you're going to just shit on our product and our players over and over and over again, you're not invited to All-Star Weekend. You're not getting media badges. I'd rather give my media badges to all these podcasters that are not players, all these podcasters and shit, and these influencers and shit who actually fucking love the game of basketball, who actually celebrate our sport, who celebrate our players, than you hating ass players who come in here and just disrespect these players over and over and over again. Do you know how many of these athletes, bro, have graced these former athletes' podcasts, and then those same podcasters who are former athletes go and talk mad shit about a lot of these players? Disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful and it's annoying, quite frankly. Players disengaged multiple times throughout the night. I don't blame them again. I mean, the Kevin Hart shit, the inside the NBA shit, the performances, it's like, bro, it ruined the flow of basketball. The Rising Stars were cool. This video became way longer than I intended, but I think it's really important to like really try to fit all this in, so fuck it. The Rising Stars were cool. They played hard, but they were really bad compared, obviously, to the best, like a couple of top 75 players and Olympic gold medalist athletes. So, like, what are you going to do? But I will address what Draymond Green said, and this is part of the hating ass shit I'm talking about from a current player. These rising star players have families, and they're in the NBA. Some of them are like rising stars are in the NBA, right? I don't know if all of them are. I don't think any of them were G Leaguers. I think all of them like actually playing. Like I mean Thompson, obviously Zach Edey, like Keontae George, and then the dude from San Antonio. I'm like blanking. Like they're all players. Most of them start, if not all of them. So like they're NBA players. To go on national television and disrespect the shit out of them like that was really low of Draymond. And I get what he's saying, and it's true, right? Like, there is truth to what he's saying, and it's Draymond Green, so he's going to talk honestly, and at the end of the day, I respect that. I truly do. But these dudes have families, bro, and I just feel like it's super disrespectful to basically call them trash that doesn't deserve or doesn't have the right to be on the floor with you or with all-stars, because Draymond Green is not an all-star this season, and who don't deserve to be on the same floor as Steph Curry and all that stuff, right? Yet they're still worthy enough because they fucking work their asses off to get to the NBA, and they start. A lot of them start, and a lot of them played against you this season. So they're good enough because they're NBA players, right? So he's treating these people like they're off the street from LA Fitness or some shit. And most importantly, with the whole reason why I dead the whole thing anyway, you, Draymond Green, along with a lot of your players who are playing this All-Star game, have made such a shitty product at this time of the year every year. It has become so asinine seeing what all y'all are doing that you call basketball. I use air quotes here if you're just listening. You made such a shitty product that they have no choice but to do a Final Four with one of them being rising stars. Because y'all don't give a shit about All-Star Weekend. That's why. You out here blaming Adam Silver. Your man Steph Curry had input on this weekend that you were also supposed to be hosting. But you don't give a shit. Which is why, and the NBA is suffering because of it. Every day. And Adam Silver, be damned, is trying to do something to make it interesting, since nothing seems to please Lord Draymond Green and the rest of them. We give you more money, but you make millions upon millions of dollars. We can't match that. So yes, you're not $100,000 not going to do. It's not going to move you. We tried doing. Hey, if you win this pot, It goes to a charity, a great cause. Y'all still don't give a fucking shit. So what is he supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? They had an all-star game where the children were in the stands. They were in the stands, and every shot you made, or when you made a certain number on the scoreboard, this would get donated to that. This first half winner goes that money. This, and y'all still didn't give a shit. The children were in attendance, and y'all still didn't give a fuck. So what is the NBA supposed to do? What is Adam Silver supposed to do? I talked a lot of shit about him, and that's why I'm not shit, but like I said, I criticized Adam Silver in this video. And part of it is they do not respect him, because people who respect Adam Silver and the NBA would not be saying that kind of shit or doing this kind of shit. Draymond, is what he's saying is very fair and makes sense, but him neglecting to say that because he is part of the problem, that him and his NBA players who have all-star pedigree have not given a shit for almost a decade. And that's the reason why they're in this mess. Him neglecting to put that is really asinine. And it's belittling to the players who are there, I mean the rising star players, who are there because of y'all's lack of effort. It's y'all's lack of effort is the reason why they're there in that position. And they're just trying to get their bread and chicken just like you are. Just like they are. They deserve to be on that floor because you all do not put enough fucking effort or care into the game of basketball to show up and actually do something and make it entertaining for people who pay minimum probably $5,000 per seat, and y'all can't even put a little bit of effort into your game. So that's why they treat you like an AAU circuit, because they don't know what else to do to make you care. That's why, Draymond. So you could have used your platform to criticize or motivate your fellow NBA player, whether the veterans like LeBron, Curry, all these guys, to be like, or say the youngins, like Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Edwards, some of these guys, be like, hey, you should play the game of basketball like you give a shit tonight. Because the whole world's watching, and they think you are so disengaged that they're making you share the floor, AAU tournament style, with rising stars, with rookies, who almost beat the OGs, by the way. They're disrespecting you because they don't think you're good enough to sell the product tonight. That's what Draymond Green should have spent his time talking about or elaborating on, instead of dissing the rising stars who were forced in this position because y'all don't give a shit. What do we do about solutions? I think go back to East versus West. I like the tournament style, but they do need to. Okay, so there's two ways to go about this. If you keep the tournament style, which I wouldn't be opposed to, it needs to be way longer score to be reached. No more on air, like no more commentary where everyone can hear you, because that was stupid. No more Kevin Hart being a part of the program. No comedian, like don't do any of that shit. It's not needed. Don't switch back and forth with commentary. We're fine with the TNT crew, or I guess next season will be Amazon crew, which is a whole nother thing I need to talk about. I need to do my research on that before I speak on the Amazon crew. But Amazon, so whoever is speaking, like just have them engaged, or work with ESPN so we can get Mike Breen in here. That would be amazing. Start the game on time. Start the game on time. Start the game on time. I'm begging. If this thing says 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It says 8:15, 8:15. If it's not going to start till 8:40, just say 9 o'clock and let me save my time, bro. Because this is just stupid. Start on time. Start on time. Please respect our time by starting on time. I cannot begin to tell you how much that irks me, man. Charity money should be a bigger factor. Charity money should be a bigger factor. It should be, hey, we have for example, all the fines and that you occur from the players and a collective that each owner should donate and give up should go to a collective pot that by the halfway season mark is like, okay, this pot is used just for All-Star break and it is going to be donated to the winning team's charity. And I mean all of it. No. We need to apply pressure to these players. I'm tired of this shit. All of it. I said it. All of it. Not that shit they do sometimes we're like, oh, the losing team will get this. No. Fuck that. 100% of this pot is going to one charity. And that's the winners. The losers do not get shit. I want that pressure. Put that pressure on these players. Say, guess what? You don't want to care for how we're changing things up? Fine. You don't care to have rising stars in this thing? Fine. Fine. You know what we're going to do then, since you don't give a shit apparently? We're going to have East. We'll go back to East versus West. We'll have two charities. And the people in said charities will be invited to the game in full. Right? And the winner gets 100%. The loser walks away with nothing. That's what we're going to do. And we're going out our way to make sure we keep panning to these kids or whoever these organization people are every single time. So they can see in real time you not caring to win them a single dime. That's what I want. That's what we need to do. Because I feel like that's the only way to get these guys to care for us to get a competitive All-Star game. And say, hey, if you want to show up and not care or not play, fine. But just know that these kids in all of America is watching you sell in real time and not win this charity a single dime because you don't give a fuck. And that's fine. But I just really need you to see that you don't get, because if that doesn't make them care enough to play, then just cancel the All-Star game. Just be like, hey, these are the All-Stars. Congratulations. Here's some trophies or rings or whatever the fuck they want to get because they like that shit. And you get a weekend off. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. We'll resume that next Thursday. That's it. Because there's nothing else you can do to make them care. There is nothing else. So yeah, I know that sounds extreme, but I'm tired. I'm tired of players not caring. I'm tired of what I just saw tonight. And I think that's it. I feel like something David Stern would do. He'd be like, look, y'all want to care? Y'all messing up my prod. Y'all making me look bad on national television. Y'all got me getting memed endlessly because y'all don't want to care? Fine. Fuck it. I'm going to force you to disappoint your fans and charities in real time with your lack of effort. So that when they win nothing because you had a team going 11-0 score because you refused to make a single shot and you refused to play any fucking defense, fine. Just know your charity's not going to win shit. And they're going to see you in real time, national TV, not care and win them nothing. I like that. That's the kind of shit I need. I want to see that. At least if they're going to show no effort, I get joy knowing they just let a bunch of people down because they don't care at this point. And lastly, make the weekend more affordable. Make the weekend more affordable. I'm not saying make it dirt cheap. I know you need to make your bread. I know it's a very exclusive event that only happens once a year. But make it affordable, man. Make it so fans, your actual fans, can come in and watch the damn game. Can be a part of All-Star Weekend. Like, come on, man. I'm not even saying make the cost like a regular season game, but I'm just mean like a regular season, high profile primetime game type money. If not for everybody, at least make it a rule where whoever is the host city gets a discount. If you live in the host city or state, you get a discount ticket. It could be like maybe like anywhere from 25 to like 35% off. I know that's not like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but like that's quite a bit, and I really think that'll be cool. And make it like a limited ticket release. Make it like, oh, we only have like, I don't know, for the All-Star game, like we have like 1,000 tickets. and will launch on the official NBA site. And it's for city or state residents only. And it's like we'll release at this time, and first come first serve. And it's 2 tickets per person max. So that way, you don't get someone just buying up 1,000 tickets and reselling it. It's like two tickets per person, and do something like that. Make it affordable. Try to get some fans in here. Let people enjoy this shit, man. Please. With that being said, tell me what you liked about tonight. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me your thoughts. I know I said a lot. This video was way longer than I thought, but I didn't want to make several videos on this, and I thought it was just really important to just talk about my frustration with this fucking game, man, and this product. And it's really bad right now. It's in a really sorry state. Shout out to Matt McClung. I said Matt McClung, bro. I'm sorry. It's late. McClung, 3 years in a row, three-peat, did his thing, carried this weekend. Everybody else, quite frankly, is terrible. Shout out to Drewski as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, 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 if you enjoy the content, keep liking the content. If you already subscribed, I appreciate you, but those likes go a long way because you only subscribe once. But you can like videos, not just one video, but all my videos that you enjoy endlessly. It helps a lot. See you on the next one. Peace.